KUAM TVH, first on Guam.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
Half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. This is Weekend Edition, and these are your top stories. A 71-year-old man has found himself behind bars after threatening to shoot people if he did not receive a proper medical treatment. On Thursday, GPD was called to Guam Regional Medical City in Dededo after Bradley Martin wanted to be seen for pain in his legs and said, quote, "If nothing gets done and you guys discharge me, you will have a lot of problems here and will require the police here," end quote. Court documents state a doctor had told officers that Martin requested a procedure that they're unable to perform, after which Martin said, quote, "If you discharge me, I'm going to the rooftop of Kmart and start shooting people, to include everyone here." When he was questioned by police, Martin stated he had the ability to hide weapons very well, including things that go boom. 42-year-old Andrew Bukau was arrested for second-degree criminal sexual conduct. In other news tonight, on Wednesday, Dededo precinct officers responded to a walk-in complaint with a female minor telling officers that Bukau, the man she knows, had sexually assaulted her back in 2021. Court documents indicate the minor was taking a shower when Bukau entered asking to use the restroom. After he used the toilet, he allegedly opened the shower curtain, exposing himself to her. He then proceeded to grab her hand and placed it on his genitals. It was also reported on several occasions he asked her for kisses. Bukau was booked and confined. Well, the Guam Crime Stoppers organization needs your help in finding the person responsible for a hit-and-run incident in Dededo that claimed the life of Matthew Rosario. Here's this week's Crime of the Week.
Half a day. I'm Sergeant Paul Tupau, your Guam Crime Stoppers coordinator, and this is your Crime of the Week. The Guam Crime Stoppers and traffic investigators assigned to GPD's Highway Patrol Division are seeking the assistance from the community relative to an auto pedestrian crash that occurred on Route 3 NCS Road in Dededo by Swamp Road. Preliminary police report suggests that the male pedestrian was walking on the northbound shoulder roadway when an unknown vehicle, which was traveling on the outer northbound lane, struck the pedestrian and fled the scene. As a result of the crash, the male pedestrian had succumbed to his injuries and was later pronounced deceased. Should anyone who may have witnessed this crash or may have any information that can aid our investigators, you're kindly asked to submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All tip information will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
To mainland news now. After Monday's search at Mar-a-Lago, anti-law enforcement rhetoric is growing even louder online. On Friday, an armed man in Ohio allegedly attempted to breach an FBI field office, leading to a shootout wherein the suspect was killed. Here is the very latest.
Police say the heavily armed gunman drove up to the FBI building in Cincinnati around 9:15 this morning with a nail gun and an AR-15 style rifle. When armed agents confronted him, he fled and led police on a high-speed chase down Interstate 71, which ended in a gun battle in a field near Wilmington, Ohio.
A gunfire was exchanged between officers on scene and the suspect.
The attack comes after the FBI search in Mar-a-Lago prompted calls for civil war and violence on social media. Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell received this threat.
Swalwell's a worthless piece of.
We've never seen a moment like this before that came from radical supporters of President Trump and a wide range of extremists across the sort of MAGA movement.
With threats increasing, DOJ officials removed information about the judge who signed the Trump search warrant. Today, the Attorney General defended the agents and prosecutors. Here in Washington, city officials were told have been monitoring for potential threats, and according to law enforcement, what they are seeing online is similar to some of the chatter that they were seeing leading up to January 6th. Jeff Piquet, CBS News, Washington.
Back here at home, the Guam Department of Education recently took part in the Center for Island Sustainability's workshop. Daniel Perez was there and has this report.
Over the next couple of years, the Guam Department of Education, along with the Center for Island Sustainability, will be working on developing a curriculum for sustainability for the public schools. Director of the Center for Island Sustainability, Dr. Austin Shelton, gave more details.
During the workshop, we had experts in education. We had some experts in different sciences like marine science and environmental and sustainability sciences. We also had curriculum experts from the Guam Department of Education. And what we did was prioritize the different needs that we have for local education, place-based needs. So a lot of times you'll see in textbooks that we have from the mainland or other sources that there will be topics like deciduous forests or the four seasons like fall, spring, winter, and summer. But we wanted to make sure that we also have localized, place-based educational resources for our students so that they can better understand the island around them and hopefully find some sustainability solutions through their interest in science.
A multitude of GDOE employees took part in the workshop as well.
We actually had the Deputy Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Mr. Joe Sanchez, and Sylvia Calvo from the same team as well. So they were there to give us quite a bit of information on what we should do as we're making materials to ensure that it will work for the instructors and the teachers over at the Guam Department of Education. But we also had college instructors from the University of Guam that have the content expertise and things like coral reefs and fisheries and like tiny sea slugs called nudibranchs and just a whole variety of topics because we have the most diverse coral reefs in the United States.
And how soon will this new sustainability curriculum be available to GDOE? Dr. Shelton gave the breakdown.
Now that we have the planning in place and we've done the needs assessment, now we're going to go into content development, and we can expect starting early next year around January that we'll begin launching these quarterly publications where we'll have a variety of topics in marine, environmental, and sustainability sciences, and you can expect to receive one of these every quarter. You'll have access to this digitally, and we're going to make a lot of other learning materials like lesson plans, worksheets, videos that will go along with the different themes, and we're going to be doing this for 7 quarters.
Daniel Perez reporting for KUAM News.
To regional headlines now, a musician is visiting his family on Saipan from Asia, bringing quite the unique sound to the island's youth and their families. Tomas Manglonia has this inspiring report.
Professor Chang Woo Son is bringing a new sound to Saipan. The Yale-educated double bassist shared his music with kids and families at Saipan's public library with a sister who lives on island accompanying him. He tries to play for the community every time he's in town, visiting his family and the island where his young daughter was born.
So I have to feed back to other people. They teach me how to, give back to my things. So I just, I think I have to do something for the people. So this is the right place, the right person to this kind of talent to give.
He played some classic tunes and popular songs from Hollywood films. He started playing when he was just 15 years old. He's now 52. He says his music carries a deeper message.
Saipan babies and Saipan people have to dream for the good future. Yeah, that's what I chose the first piece.
The double bass isn't a common instrument on the island. The performance is not only an experience, but a learning opportunity too.
In our country, I play for the many people doesn't know about this instrument for popular to get more to know. So same as here, so many people should know the instrument, a string instrument, especially double bass. Yeah, double bass sounds is really nice. Very low sounds. Is if someone listen to this kind of music sounds, they got really calm down.
Tomas Manglonia for KUAM News.
Staying up north, Mount Carmel School on Saipan is marking its 70th anniversary next year, and after its longtime influential presidents, Dr. Galvin de Leon Guerrero, moved to the Northern Marianas College, the Catholic school announced a new president as longtime educator Francis Taimanao. According to the school, she brings 23 years of teaching experience and a decade of administrative leadership. She shared one particular issue they're addressing on campus relative to wellness learning opportunities within the school's curriculum.
With the COVID pandemic, last year we've seen a lot of students having issues with anxiety, depression. So we wanna look at that and see how we can help our students. That's why the team decided to have that program in place.
All right, sit tight, everybody. We are going to take a break, but coming up, the latest member of the Culture Club.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Half a day. I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and I'm proud to report that we have opened a new relief center to help you as we continue to recover from the pandemic.
From healthcare to welfare, childcare, housing, and utilities, we have a wide variety of direct relief programs available to help you.
This central location provides direct access to most of our public assistance programs under one roof. Our friendly staff are ready to help you through the application process.
We are working to ensure you get the assistance you need to receive the relief available to you and your family.
This means more support to help you meet the cost of living and give you more money in your pocket.
We are improving how government is working. Our administration continues to invest in Guam's future, delivering relief and driving our recovery.
We are all in this together.
Visit the Government of Guam Relief Center at the 3rd floor of the Bank of Hawaii building in Hagåtña, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call us at 671-475-2060.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist. Over 20 years of experience.
Santa Fe family.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
It is time for our award-winning KUAM Culture Club segment. Here is Weaver Nicole Quintanilla.
Culture Club is brought to you by Tropicool Ice.
Hafade Kwahusi Nicole Quintanilla. I am 27 years old. I am a weaver and a teacher. I started weaving when I was in college. I majored in Chamorro Studies at UOG, and I met a friend there named James Bamba, and he was a weaver, and they announced that there were weaving classes or weaving activities going on at Sagan Couture tomorrow in Tumon. And so I went to one of the workshops that they had, and I just fell in love with it, and I thought it was so amazing and so beautiful. And so I had asked James if I could be his apprentice, and he said yes, and that's where it all started. So I started off small. I started off just learning how to make simple things like bracelets and rings, fans, the gueja and everything. And then, gradually over time, my weaving instructor, James, had, showed me how to make guaguats and kotuts and, very functional things. I think my favorite thing that I've made is the ancient Chamorro hat. So this is an example of it. This was made by one of my best friends, Ariel Lowe. I thought it was so cool to be able to make something that our people used to make hundreds of years ago and, go through the same process of doing the leaves and, measuring it out and doing all the math and then producing something so beautiful from just a couple strips of leaves. Yeah. Depending on what you weave with, there's different materials that you can weave with, whether it's coconut leaves or pandanus. I prefer to weave with pandanus. Pandanus is so durable. Ukgak, right, in Chamorro, it's a longer process and it's a more painful process, but I think it's more worth it in the end. You have to process these leaves. These are processed leaves here, but they have thorns all over them. They have three sets of thorns all over it, and you have to strip the thorns off with the CE, and you have to smooth out your leaves and process them, and that in itself is a labor of love. You have to be patient with yourself and patient with the leaves. Another quality that's important is to not take yourself too seriously. I think if you're too focused and you're too I gotta get it done and I gotta do it exactly perfect and I have to do it exactly this way, then it's not gonna come out correct. It's not gonna come out right. And you have to love it. You have to love the process from the very beginning, and you have to love what you're making and love why you're making it. I think it's so important to preserve the culture. I'm a teacher. As a teacher, I teach Guam history, and that's my most important thing, is that if you don't understand the past, you're not going to know where you're from. You're not going to know who you are and who your people are and how amazing our culture and our people are and our history is. And so that's the biggest thing for me is I teach Guam history because I feel like it's important for our people to know where we come from and who we are and what we did and how we can continue to do it. We've been weaving for hundreds of years, and I see us weaving for hundreds more years. No matter how advanced technology gets, I feel like weaving will always have a place in our culture and on our island. I think a lot of the younger generation is committed to preserving the culture and learning as much as they can. You see it a lot with the Harao Academy and with Nihi Kids and all of these other organizations where weaving and all of our cultural practices are now accessible to these kids. I love that now it is way more accessible, and I feel like the kids of this generation and the next are making the effort and really trying to preserve and continue our culture and our language, and I think that's a beautiful thing. My name is Nicole Quintanilla, and I am proud to be part of KUAM's Culture Club.
Culture Club is brought to you by Tropical Ice.
Stay tuned, sports is coming up.
Lunches, snacks, we got diapers for baby girl. Oh, 7:15, we gotta go. Bread, milk, gas for work. Remember to grab Joe Boy a birthday present. Half a day.
Hey, Molly, how much do you pay for daycare for the kids?
Over $600 a month. It's expensive.
Did you hear about the governor's program that covers up to $675 a month for childcare?
Wow, that would be a lifesaver with the rising costs of everything.
Check GuamChildcare.com to apply. We qualified. I even booked an appointment for someone to walk me through the process.
GuamChildcare.com. Okay, thanks. I'll apply today.
This ad is paid for with federal funds administered by DPHSS.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together. KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
The Special Olympics Guam Softball Jamboree Championship was held at the Guam Sports Complex Fields. After 9 weeks of training, the athletes wrapped up their season with a day of games and award ceremony after the competition.
Most of these athletes, the past softball tournaments or the events, they've been hitting off of a tee. And most of them would hit off a tee. Now we are glad to say that because of this progression in these 9 weeks, that at least 90% of our players can actually hit off of live pitching.
We've been on a holding pattern for the last 2.5 years. Finally to come out here today, the excitement on all the coaches, the players, I think the families, and also more importantly the public is overwhelming. I just know that in the end, we, volunteers, coaches, parents, more importantly athletes, will all walk away a winner.
Well, Special Olympics rely heavily on the volunteers, and we want to thank all those who come out to support us. We encourage others who want to support us to come and give us a call, and we'll be happy. But without us, the volunteers, it makes it tough for all of us. But we're glad and we're blessed to have them here, so we appreciate all of the help that they've given us. To have the athletes out here today to really experience back what the true Special Olympic spirit is about is a great day for us.
Professional mixed martial arts fighter J.J. Ambrose is back home with the new belt. Ambrose is the super lightweight Hex FC champion after picking up a submission win in Australia.
Yeah, so going into this fight, I always say that I'm in the best shape of my life, but every camp I just get a little bit better at this conditioning thing. I don't think anybody trains like us over at Steel Athletics. And then my meal prep with Fit for You Guam is always, we're always fine-tuning it, trying to make my weight cut a little bit easier. I put on so much more muscle mass for this fight, so I did have to cut a little bit more than normal. But our plan was really straightforward, and we executed, and I weighed in at 165 on the dot. I was originally scheduled to fight Australian veteran Abel Brights, but unfortunately, due to weight cutting, he had to pull out. So that night, they tapped Hoshi Frederick. My opponent weighed in at 195, but we had a mission, and there was nothing that was going to stop us. Having Hoshi come in last minute kind of threw a wrench in the machine. So I watched what video I could find, and we came up with basically, he's a lot bigger than you. You need to get to the ground as quick as possible. So I did some frame setups and was able to shoot a double leg into the second round. When I got on top, I was doing as much ground and pound as I could. I wanted to make the submission significantly easier. Anytime I've ever just hunted for submissions, it's never gone well. So being able to open people up with punches first makes the submission significantly easier. And that's what we did. I pounded on Hoshi a bit, and then he exposed his neck, and I was able to trap it with a one-arm guillotine. It's such an honor to represent Guam. This island is behind all of its athletes. Anytime I fight, I'll be walking through Payless, and people are coming up to me with a fist pound saying good luck. And you have no idea how much that means to me. Even on my worst days, I'm getting picked up by a person I've never spoken to before. So bringing this belt home, being able to represent the island is such a big blessing for me. The future generations, this belt might be just a trophy to me, but when they see it on the wall, they see that with a lot of hard work and dedication, and obviously a lot of good people in your corner, this is possible. I've been fighting for over 20 years. I know that my days are numbered, the window's closing, but I still got a lot of fight left in me. I would love to take a run in the UFC. I feel like that's where I belong. I would like to close out this chapter of my life with a shot at the UFC.
Let's check out basketball highlights from the KFC Youth Summer Circuit played at the National Training Center in Teason. Boys U18 division between OG Napu and the Warriors. U18 boys basketball between Imperials and Summer School over at the Guam Sports Complex. Imperials with the W in their last game of the season.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G. KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Half a day. I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and I'm proud to report that we have opened a new relief center to help you as we continue to recover from the pandemic.
From healthcare to welfare, childcare, housing, and utilities, we have a wide variety of direct relief programs available to help you.
This central location provides direct access to most of our public assistance programs under one roof. Our friendly staff are ready to help you through the application process.
We are working to ensure you get the assistance you need to receive the relief available to you and your family.
This means more support to help you meet the cost of living and give you more money in your pocket.
We are improving how government is working. Our administration continues to invest in Guam's future, delivering relief and driving our recovery.
Visit the Government of Guam Relief Center at the 3rd floor of the Bank of Hawaii building in Hagåtña, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call us at 671-475-2060.
I want my streaming. I want my TV. Ooh, streaming TV. Switch between live TV and your favorite streaming apps with DTV Plus from Docomo Pacific. Watch your shows in multiple devices all at the same time, all from your home Wi-Fi. No cable lines, no hassle, more savings for only $35 a month with your link bundle. DTV Plus, your cable TV on Wi-Fi. Ooh, streaming TV.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
All right, before we put the show in the history books, here are your weekend birthday shoutouts. Weekend happy birthday messages to get to. So on Saturday, August 13th, Perry Gogui has a birthday. So happy birthday to you, Perry, from your friends and family. Rosemary, happy birthday to our beautiful mommy, and you are the best mommy ever, and we love you to eternity and beyond. That's a long ways away. That's a lot of love. Thank you and Daddy for being there for us. Hugs and kisses from Kai, Ella, Marcus, and Bo. Landon Camacho, I am so proud of the beautiful soul and person you have become. Always know that you mean the world to me and your papa. We love you and we will always be your biggest fans. Special blessings from Mama, Papa, your mommy and dad, Susie, Ava, Maddox and Jax, your Nina and Nino, aunties, uncles, cousins, and Uncle Ryan. Those were Saturday's birthdays, and on Sunday, Michael Wayne Deep Pocket Schneep says, happiest of birthdays, Mike. Don't overdo it. Save some for Vegas. Hey, wow. Love your family and your friends. All right. You know what this means? We are done. No more show. Please, everybody, stay safe, and we will see you next time.